Hey there, Christi Ratcliff here. For the month of November, I am going to bring you key tips to having a mentally light holiday season. Today is tip number 1, setting the expectation of the season. Expectations are like that big elephant in the room everyone knows is there, but tries to avoid talking about them. I want to encourage you to break through your expectations one bite or step at a time. Listen, you don't change your entire mindset on setting expectations off of one video. But my hope is that this jumpstarts the process for you to think about expectations differently. For one, expectations don't happen overnight. You don't wake up one day and say, oh, here's my new expectation, everyone just deal. No, from the time you were born, you have learned and listened to those around you and grabbed on to the expectations that either fit your personality or you recognize brought the praise and accolades you craved, or the complete opposite. For example, maybe for the holiday season when your grandmother made everyone's favorite candy and she seemed to take such enjoyment out of it and everyone enjoyed the candy too, so you took on the expectation that you have to do those things for everybody every year because that's just what is done, and if you didn't, you were going to disappoint people. Or maybe the expectation was that everybody always gets a big gift, or you always make this huge meal, or everyone has to travel to you or you to everyone else every holiday season because that has always been the way it's been done. That's the expectation. You see, expectations have deep roots, and if we're not careful, they define who we are and who others are to us. Expectations from the inner critic's point of view only have the ability to be 100% perfect because anything less than that is failure. That means when your expectations are not met, those around you have failed you. And when you haven't met somebody else's expectations, you are a failure. That is a huge mental load to carry every day of your life. I'm going to be extremely bold here and say this is a choice you have to make for yourself. Are you going to allow expectations to rob you of joy? Are you going to let expectations rob you of healthy relationships? The flip side of that is the inner voice and what she says about it. From the viewpoint of the inner voice, expectations are an opportunity to give without measurement. That's what expectations are, measurement. So going back to the tip of setting the expectation of the season, in order to set the expectation of the season, you must know what your desired result is. Using the journaling sheet I have provided for you to download, by following the link, you will first get out what the inner critic has to say. Remember, you cannot silence her. She will start whispering when you least expect it, and you need to know what you're up against. Next, you tap into your inner voice, the one that is for you, curious, open, and she doesn't shame you. You take those inner critic expectations, the ones that are based on measurement, and reframe them with truth, not based in fear. So between now and Thursday, what I'd like for you to do is think about what your desired results are for this season. What are the expectations of your soul? And all of that comes from the inner voice. Now listen, download my journal sheet in the link so that you can sit down with a cup of coffee and really think this through. It is very important to sit down now and not let the season get ahead of you, but to plan it out and create a mentally lighter holiday. And this is the first start in recognizing what is your expectation of this season. Finally, if you choose not to do this, you will have these unspoken expectations of yourself and others that are never vocalized. But what happens is the minute somebody does not measure up to your expectation, whether it's you or them, you will be disappointed and you will look back on this holiday season as a failure or less than. Look, don't do that to yourself. Give yourself the gift of setting the expectations from a healthy place this season. I know this might seem difficult. I know there's probably been years and years, maybe even decades, of fulfilling the expectations of others. But this year, you're going to stop that wheel going round and round, and you're going to give this gift to yourself. Talk to you soon.